It's a unique experience found right here in Minnesota. Visitors from across the country travel to a small town just to spend the night in jail. As John Lordson shows us, that's not the only unusual thing you'll find in this town.
We have 440 people, and at 5 o'clock you can shoot a cannon down Main Street and you won't hit anybody.
Quiet, quaint, and a little bit odd. Those are the words used to describe the town of Wykoff.
He basically was the guy in Wykoff, you know. He lived and died in this very place.
Ed Kruger ran the Jack Spratt grocery store for half a century. When he died at the age of 91, he willed everything he owned to the town, exactly as it was.
Every time I come in here, I see something new that I hadn't seen before.
Not knowing what to do, city leaders turned Ed's life and store into a museum.
Becky has volunteered to eat a candy bar that's been sitting here for 50 years.
I offered it to you.
It's not so much the eating it, although I'm sure it wouldn't taste real great at this point. It's what would happen to you afterwards.
Yeah.
In this town, preservation is paramount. Because a couple blocks away sits another iconic building that hasn't changed much.
Linda, you and I try and avoid jail. And in your town, people want to stay in jail.
They want to stay. Yes, that's right.
The Wykoff jailhouse opened in 1913.
The marshals were paid $20 a month to take care of the jailhouse.
It served its purpose for 50 years. And when it closed, the city council thought about tearing it down. But in the early 90s, it was turned into a bed and breakfast. And then a few years ago, city clerk Becky Schmidt put it on Airbnb.
It just blew up. I mean, it went crazy. The very first year, we had rentals almost every single night.
The money generated from jailhouse stays helps the town pay for upkeep here and at Eds Museum.
I can see you got sheets, which are very fitting of a jailhouse.
We try and keep it all in the stripes.
Pretty much everything in the jail is original, though a bathroom and shower have been added. Guests who go on lockdown can stay in a tight cell that lawbreakers slept in a century ago.
Are you surprised people want to pay to spend the night in a cell like this?
I was in the beginning. Even people in town going, why? You know, but I think it is just the experience.
Some guests really get into it, dressing up for their time behind bars and knowing full well that this is the opposite of luxury.
I tell them right online, you know, if you want Taj Mahal, this is not it. I mean, this is roughing it, and it is a jail.
Even so, visitors have come from across the country and as far away as Australia just to spend the night behind bars, a 110-year-old cell block that adds to the wonder of Wykoff.
It's just a friendly community. We have a couple of weird little entities to entertain you with.
In Fillmore County, John Lordson, WCCO 4 News.
Just 2 minutes away from St. Paul's Hmong Village, New Middle School is integrating the culture into everyday learning. Hmong language and culture middle school students welcome dozens of students for the first time this year. As WCCO's Barrett Leone explains, district leaders hope it is just the beginning.
We have only just begun.
As Principal Vu Thor walks the hallways of Hmong Language and Culture Middle School, he's filled with pride.
This is something our families have been wanting for years. This is a bell pepper.
And from the garden
and the picture
to the classroom, Hmong culture, language, and pride is felt in every space.
Culturally relevant instruction is very important for our families to see that when their children come to school, they see themselves as authors or writers or mathematicians or scientists and language experts.
Now the Hmong Language and Cultural Middle School is a part of the St. Paul Public School District. It just provides another option for families, an option that 52 sixth grade students have taken advantage of.
Is just really opening doors for us to see how language and cultural programs are established in a public school system such as St. Paul Public Schools.
Opening a new door that district leaders hope to build upon in the coming years.
When I went to school, it would have been great to see teachers that looked like me and a principal that looked like me.
I did not have this option growing up, although I've always had that dream and vision as a little girl about if I come to school and see teachers that look like me.
When we restore our area.
A dream, now reality.
That's our goal, is to say this is your school, this is your community, and we're here for you. And so this is all about our children.
Barrett Leone, WCCO 4 News.
That's our show. We hope that it lifted you up and maybe even inspired you to do a little good. You can see more of these heartwarming stories every week on our Sunday morning show at 7 to 8 a.m. on WCCO TV. Thank you for being here, friends. We'll see you next week.